12 here. Hole number 13 here is fit against some of the longitudinal cracking. I'm going to step off to the side for a minute here, give these cars a chance to pass. As I pointed out before, they asked for one supplemental section to give them an opportunity to apply the treatments typical for their district, which includes local materials and the like. Again, just to show you one more time, here's the cracking pattern I was referring to. Well, the traffic's picking up all of a sudden here. We've numbered this one 48Q353. Part of this SDS project, 3 indicating it's part of the maintenance studies, 5 indicating that it is a modification of the surface treatment study, and the 3 we decided we would make an indicator of using local application procedures. We have a 351 in several of the other districts, which is a modified surface treatment, which includes the rubberized asphalt binder, and 352 in one of the districts is a block copolymer modified binder. I'm trying to use unique numbers for each of these so that be able to better identify from the numbers what each of these sections represents. I'd have to say, after walking through all these, really although there is some longitudinal cracking in each of the sections, the only real significant distress on any of them would be the flushing or bleeding in the wheel paths and the rutting, about half an inch of rutting. Again, here you can see the longitudinal cracking I was referring to. It's just now starting to reflect through. See the station markers on your side. You can see, looking out in the field here, this is pretty indicative of some of the subgrade we were talking about. It's got quite a bit of the rock tilled up.
We're all gonna stand up and tell our truth. The thing that we fear the most, we're gonna stand up here and tell our truth. So the first person, I don't want to stand in front of the crowd here. The first person got up. The preacher said, stand up and tell it all. Tell it all. The guy gets up and says, I feel real bad about this. When I was in elementary school, I stole a little bitty piece of bubble gum from a 5 and dime store, and I feel real bad. And he says, tell it all, tell it all. We're gonna get free. Tell it all. Next person raised up his hand. He said, I feel real bad. When I was a little boy, I sneaked into my bathroom and I saw my mom naked. And the preacher said, that's all right. Tell it all. Tell it all. The next person in the back of the room kind of raised his hand real politely, and the preacher said, yes. What do you have to say? The guy stands up and he says, preacher, this has been bothering me for a long time, and I really need to tell it. I made love to a mule. And the preacher says, I don't believe I'd have told that one.
This is the end then of the supplemental section, 48Q 353. After a short intermission from James's study. Again, this is US 183/84 in Mills County between Mullen and Zephyr, Texas. For more common towns, but about 20 miles south of Brownwood, about 20 miles north of Goldthwaite. And that concludes SPS 3 section 48Q3 and GPS section 483865.